The following program is recorded, and we are not accepting any phone calls. Good morning, and welcome to Community Spotlight. We have two guests with us today, Pastor Steve of Punxsutawney First United Methodist Church and Lieutenant Matt Stacy of the Salvation Army of Punxsutawney. Thanks for joining us, guys. And Matt, let's start with you. You have a big community sunrise event coming up on Easter morning. Can you elaborate?
All right, we're having a community sunrise service overlooking our beautiful valley. We don't believe there's any better way to celebrate Easter than joining together as a community to begin the day. Everyone from the community is welcome here to enjoy the spectacular views as we celebrate together and dress according to the weather forecast.
Pastor Steve, following the event at 9 o'clock, what's going on?
Yes, after the Easter service, following at 9 a.m., we're going to make our way to Punxsutawney First in the heart of the downtown at 301 West Mahoning. That's on the corner of Mahoning and Church Streets. And at 9 a.m., we're going to have a free, delicious Easter brunch. There's going to be some great food and great people. And Easter is about new life and hope, and we want to share that as a community. We also want to thank Jay Lundy and the Groundhog Club for helping coordinate things and for once again making the Gobbler's Knob available to us for its use. After the breakfast time on Easter morning, which is April 9th, we're going to have another worship service at 10 a.m. and everyone is welcome to join us in our main sanctuary on Easter Sunday for that service as well.
And Lieutenant Matt Stacy of the Salvation Army, you have a service going on as well.
On Easter Day, we're going to have our worship services at 10:30 a.m. At the Salvation Army, which is 229 West Mahoning Street. Join us for live music, prayer, and a message regarding Easter.
Live music Easter Sunday. That sounds like a good time. Lieutenant Matt, as far as dressing accordingly, you have a story with some experience regarding that one.
Yeah, so the reason we wanted you guys to dress according to weather forecast, because last year when we did this, we arrived at the Gobbler's Knob around 7 a.m. and around 7:15 it was snowing sideways. If we were playing our guitars, our fingers were freezing. I almost didn't make it through the closing song. But we had our hoodies on, and it was just very cold and distracting. But we made it through. We had a ton of fun together, but we just did not anticipate the level of wind and snow that was going to happen. So this year we're going to go back out there. We're going to do it again, no matter what.
So are you a lead guitarist or a rhythm guitarist?
I am a rhythm guitarist. I play basic chords, and I play them in time.
So what kind of song were you playing at the time the snow was going sideways?
We were playing some worship tunes that the church usually sings together, usually having something to do with the message or what we were talking about that day.
Pastor Steve with the First United Methodist Church, you and the Salvation Army have had joint ventures before.
Yes, we've enjoyed doing a lot of ministry with the Salvation Army. Matt and I and our wives have become really good friends, and we're actually only 2 doors down from each other. And we believe that churches are here to serve the community together, and we have the same great message. And so we've enjoyed partnering together for a very similar cause.
That is a great point. Lieutenant Matt, can you talk about the cause and mission of the Salvation Army?
Yeah, so the Salvation Army's cause and mission is motivated by the love of God. Our mission is to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ and to meet human needs in his name without discrimination. So we try to be an asset to our community. We try to provide for those who are in need, all the while evangelizing and letting people know that there's a God that supports them and loves them and ultimately wants to be a part of their lives.
Pastor Steve, basically the same question. Can you talk about the mission of the First United Methodist Church of Punxsutawney?
The mission at Punxsutawney First is to love God and love people. We believe that God is changing hearts and building new lives through the love of his son, Jesus. And at the beginning of the new year, we started a new series called Love the 938. As you know, the 938 is the local telephone exchange, and it kind of helps us focus on remembering to love the people in our community.
Well, I like the idea of the First United Methodist Church and the Salvation Army, both of Punxsutawney, are working together in a joint venture. So much division and competition. Pastor Steve, what's your take?
Well, you know, in today's world, there's way too much division and competition, and our churches are seeking to do life together in ministry in a way that supports and builds one another up and celebrates each other's victories. we believe that a win is advancing our mission together, and so we celebrate that. We're better together in a community and stronger when we support and encourage and love one another in Jesus' name.
Fantastic. Pastor Steve, can you give us an example of something tangible within your partnership?
Yes, thanks for that question. One of the ways that we build on life together is Punxsutawney First comes alongside the Salvation Army weekly in a supportive role for their really great kids ministry and program for elementary age children called Club 316.
Lieutenant Matt, can you elaborate on Club 316?
So Club 316, the purpose and passion of that is the growth and character building of the youth that participate in our program. Usually when we get together, we are discussing some big idea on how to grow in relationship to one another and as an individual. Some of those big ideas may be how to share with others or that you can be creative. And then we reward kids who are practicing the big idea throughout the evening. We have homework help on that evening as well. We have a badge program right now. We're going through our scientist badge. We've done a cooking badge. We've done a wood shop badge. And so the kids are learning life skills, but they're also learning that they're loved and that they're appreciated and that the potential for them to become something great is there. So,
well, that sounds wonderful for the community. Now, Pastor Steve, can you add anything to that about Club 316?
Yes, thanks, Joe. One of the things we try to do is move alongside Lieutenants Matt and Stacy so that they can engage with all the kids that they're serving. A few of the things that we do to help facilitate behind the scenes for Club 316 is provide meals and run the shuttle and support volunteers. Club 316 is sort of like a faith-based scouting program, and it meets at the Salvation Army on Wednesdays from 3:45 to 6:45. And the best part is it's free, and it even includes homework help and a meal.
So, Lieutenant Matt, how is it that you support Punxsutawney First?
We support Punxsutawney First through partnering with them for a weekly teen program on Sunday evenings at 5 p.m. And we're calling this Wild. And on that evening, we can play games. We're usually having some discussion around an important topic, also some character building, how to navigate moving from teenhood into adulthood, how to navigate schooling, how to navigate relationships. And there's small group discussions and prayer. And, of course, we have to have snacks. So that's a really good time on Sunday evenings.
WILD sounds like an acronym. Pastor Steve, can you explain what that is?
Sure, I can. WILD stands for Worship Ignited by Worship and Discipleship. Our youth get to enjoy a social hangout time, some really cool worship, because as you know, Lieutenant Matt is a great talented musician. They have a teaching time and an awesome curriculum. We don't shy away from tough topics, and the topics are relevant to what our youth are going through and experiencing today. We give teens a place to ask questions, make friends, and have a great time while exploring and learning more about faith. And this is a really great program. It's open to all teens in our area, so we invite you to check it out.
So if someone wants to learn more about Easter, social programs the SA offers, and programs for kids and youth, can you give us some contact information so people can find you both? Matt, let's send this one over to you.
So to learn more about the Salvation Army's programs, services, and events, you can give us a call at 814-938-5530, or you can reach out on your favorite social media platform at TSA Punxsutawney. You drop us a message there or comment on any of the things that you see in our social media, and we can get back to you.
Pastor Steve, same question. How do people find you?
Yes, to learn more about Punxsutawney First, probably the best thing to do is check us out online. You can check out our website, punxsutawneyfirstumc.org, or you can check us out on social media platforms like Facebook or YouTube, and you can be in contact with us through those.
Well, that sounds easy enough. You can find them both on social media and on the web. Give them a call. First United Methodist Church of Punxsutawney and the Salvation Army, also of Punxsutawney. Pastor Steve, what's one of your fondest memories of Easter when you were a kid?
One of my best memories of Easter as a child is my mother used to decorate eggs in this very elaborate design. And my uncle and aunt used to come and visit with us, and my uncle used to mimic that design, and he'd slip some raw eggs into my mother's eggs basket. And one Easter Sunday, my father was sitting in his chair, and he went to crack the egg on his chest, and it was a raw egg and went all over him.
Wow, what a mess that would be. Lieutenant Matt, same question. When you were a kid, best memories of Easter?
All right, so my favorite Easter memories are waking up to a giant Easter basket with the most ridiculously sized Easter bunny stuffed animals. But I also remember how significant of an event it was for my parents. They would buy us special outfits, and we had to go to church that Sunday. And I just remember it being something special to celebrate throughout the year.
Wow, those sound like great Easter memories as a kid. Thank you both for sharing them. Now, in closing, Pastor Steve, is there anything else that you could possibly add?
We especially want to thank, again, Jay Lundy and the Groundhog Club for making it possible for us to have this Easter service at Gobbler's Knob.
And what a great place to have that, too. Thank you, Pastor Steve, First United Methodist Church of Punxsutawney, and Lieutenant Matt Stacy of the Salvation Army, also of Punxsutawney. Thank you for joining us this morning on Community Spotlight.
Thank you very much for having us today, Joe.